My name is Tony, and I grew up in a really dysfunctional family, probably more dysfunctional than the average family out there. When I was very young, my father sold me to men, and that started me on a path of destruction and abuse that led me to a forced abortion when I was 18 years old. And I learned basically that my only worth and self-value was to be used for sex with men. I didn't understand that I had any other value than that. When I grew up and moved out and away and on my own, I moved in with a boy that I hardly knew, and I became pregnant right away. I'm very dysfunctional at this time in my life, but knowing that I wanted this child, I knew my boyfriend was going to say, "You're going to get an abortion." So I feared telling him, but I did, and that's what he did. He said, "Well, no problem. We'll take care of it. We'll get you an abortion." And I said, "Oh, no. This is the one thing I'm going to stand up for. I could not stand up for myself my whole life, but I'm going to stand up for this child, and I'm not getting an abortion." And for the next couple of weeks, all I heard from him were things like, "No one is ever going to love you. Who is going to love a single mother with a child? You're going to get fat and ugly." And I heard these things and numerous other things over and over and over, day after day. It was hitting my every insecurity because, remember, my only value was in how I looked. To stop the emotional abuse and coercion, I agreed to go to a health clinic to talk about having an abortion and also what my other choices were. Really what I wanted was help. I wanted help keeping my baby, but I was at a breaking point where I couldn't take this abuse anymore. So I told him to make the appointment, and he took me to a women's health clinic. I walked in the door, and no one was talking to me. No one was asking me, "Why are you here?" I was called back to the back room by myself. I was with a nurse. She was just cold, didn't say a word, and I was not feeling good. She motioned for me to sit in a chair very similar to a chair like this. I immediately told her, I said, "I am not here to have an abortion." And she still isn't talking to me. I got up out of my seat and I said, "I am out of here. I am leaving. I am not here to have an abortion." And she took her hands, she placed them on my shoulders, and she pushed me back down in the chair. She pulled a needle out of her pocket and she put it in my arm. And within a few seconds, I was out. I was unconscious. I woke up later to the nurse staring at me. Practically was carried out of the abortion clinic, and extreme depression just set in from there. Because of the way I grew up and the things that have happened to me, I believe that was my fault. I believed that if only I would have been stronger with my no, that this wouldn't have happened to me. I faced those fears and I confronted them, and I received a tremendous healing process of grace and love, and I was adopted. I was adopted by my Father in heaven, a Father who's not going to sell me, a Father who loves me even though I got pregnant out of wedlock, a Father who healed my wounds from the horrible things that men have done to me. I want to tell those of you who are watching who have been coerced into abortion or have been forced that you're not the only one. There's nothing more that you could have done to stop that. Find someone that you can confide in. Find someone that you can talk to, that you can trust. Begin the healing process. Come out of denial. It's scary, but once you do it, I guarantee you that you will be filled with the love and the peace that you have been searching for your whole life, and you will have reasonable happiness in this life.